This may take years for you to reach someone.
Good morning. Welcome to Beyond Sunday. My name is Kimmy and I have with me Pastor Danny. How are you?
I'm blessed to be here. It's a beautiful day outside, isn't it?
It is a beautiful day. In our last session, we were talking about our personal faith and confirmation that we have our personal faith before we go out and witness to others. So I thought today that we could talk about how we would go and witness to our family members or our extended family.
That is a very interesting topic, Kenny, and a very difficult one because our family members know us the best, don't they? And so what I would say, perhaps let's just give some examples. Maybe we have a son or daughter that marries someone who is not a Christian. That happens all the time. And the daughter-in-law or son-in-law comes into your household and they just don't share your faith. Maybe a quote-unquote good person, they just don't share your faith. Or maybe you have a son or daughter that, or a family member, brother, sister, something that doesn't seem to be concerned about spiritual things. So what I tell people is this. I like to do the 3 R's, and here's what I say. We need to earn their respect, we need to build a relationship, and then we reach them with the gospel.
Can you tell us what is a good way or good technique to earn their respect?
Well, what you do is literally in that you live out your Christian faith in front of them. You let them see how you walk in the world. You let them see how you treat others, especially and most importantly, you let them see how you treat your spouse, how you treat your children. Does the person, like when you go out to eat dinner or something, how do you treat the waitress? Do you leave a good tip? And be a person who is out in the community living a life that people can see. Paul talks about this a lot in Philippians. He said, only let your manner of life be worthy of the gospel of Christ, so that whether I come see you or am absent, I may hear that you are standing firm in one spirit with one mind, striving side by side for the faith of the gospel. So Paul is telling us to let our manner of life be worthy of the calling. And I'm going to say this a couple of times, Kimmy, as we go through here. This is not instantaneous.
Right.
No, and this may take years for you to reach someone. Years. Mm-hmm. So we have to learn to be very, very patient.
Yes, because they're also watching us, not how we live our day-to-day life, but how are we facing tough times and troubles also? How are we handling those situations? How do
That's
we react?
Right. If you have something, if you get caught up in traffic and you lose it, they mm-hmm. see that. So it's not that I'm telling people that you need to try to be perfect, but you need to live a life consistent. The way you have to earn people's respect. They don't just give it to you. Respect is something that's earned. And when a person respects you, they value what you think. So we have to earn their respect. And I'm talking about family members. I know when we're going out witnessing to other people, we don't have time to build all this, but this is for family members. We need to earn their respect.
So we've earned their respect, so then we want to build on that relationship with them. So how do we build upon that relationship?
Well, I would say do life with them. Do life with them. Find some things that you share in common with. Perhaps if, for instance, if I had a family member, a man or a son or someone, if I had a daughter, I don't have it, that married a young man that come into the household, do things together with them. If you like to hunt or fish together, go do that. If you enjoy doing something together, some kind of a hobby, Maybe you could work out. Maybe you're the kind of person you like to run and you want to go out, and maybe that person does that you could go out and run and do things with them, and you kind of find some time to do life with them, to do life with them with something. You would not believe at how all of us have something in common that we could do together. So
Yeah.
that's what I say. Just do life with them when you can. If you have a chance to go do something for them, maybe they're going to take a flight somewhere, then you be the one to drive them to the airport. Just little things like that, and you start to build a relationship then on top of that respect.
Yep. So, a relationship, so you've earned their respect and you're building that relationship with them. That relationship can last many years before they actually start to say, something's different about the way they're living their life. I mean, can we expect them to immediately want to turn to the Lord?
No, probably not. But then, when we get to the point to where we start to reach them with the gospel, we can invite them to a Bible study, invite them to church, or take them, to something, or start talking to them about things. Ask them the question. And I want to say this. I hope he doesn't mind me giving him a plug on his book if he happens to listen to this podcast. But one of the best books I ever read about sharing the gospel was the name of it was Share Christ Without Fear by a man by the name of Bill Fay. He is a brilliant writer, and he does good. I would suggest that people read that book. But you can just reach out to them and ask them, do you have any religious beliefs? What are they? Don't be confrontational about it. Listen to them. If they say, I think it's all crazy, that don't be confrontational with them. Just listen, do a lot of listening, and just ask them a question as time goes on through. Show them some things, but maybe to a point in time you could ask them if they say, I don't believe there is a God, or maybe I don't think anybody could ever know him. At some point in time, you could look at them and say, if what you believe is wrong, would you want to know? And you can just start leading into this, and don't try to rush things. We need to understand the Bible speaks to this as a whole all the way through, but Paul told us again in Colossians, he said, walk in wisdom toward outsiders. That means I'm to walk in wisdom toward a person who is not a Christian, making the best use of the time. Well, all of these things we're talking about, the 3 R's, that's making good use of the time. And let your speech always be gracious, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how you ought to answer each person. So when we move into that, and I know a lady right now that is up in her 70s that has a sister that's not a believer, and every month she sends her the booklet that tells them how to have a daily devotion. There's a booklet for that, and she sends it to her. And this sister told the lady's other sister, she said, I wish she'd quit wasting her time mailing that stuff to me. And the other sister looked at her and she said, well, why don't you just maybe open it and read it once in a while and just look at it? And so you just have to keep persistently being gentle, living that life in front of them.
Great. Thank you so much for joining us today. We will see you next time on Beyond Sunday.